Welcome to the most beautiful luxury saloon in the world. The new Jaguar V8 XJ series is another milestone in the history of the marque, with all new world-class V8 engines, new transmissions and chassis design, and a new, superbly crafted interior. State-of-the-art electronics technology gives still higher levels of safety and luxury. The aim of this video is to introduce you to the more sophisticated features which work for your safety, comfort and convenience. Because the new V8 XJ series is so different from its predecessor, please give your time to this video even if you've owned a Jaguar before. And please be prepared to spend time with your Jaguar sales specialist when you take delivery of your new luxury motor car. Also, this video does not replace the driver's handbooks, so please read them carefully in order to enjoy Jaguar ownership to the full. The new V8 XJ series is protected by an advanced security system which includes automatic engine immobilization, deadlocking, and perimeter, intrusion, and tilt sensing. The engine is immobilized as soon as the ignition key is turned to position 0. 2 remote transmitters are provided with each vehicle. The 2 top buttons control locking and arming. Pressing once on the lock button locks the doors and boot and sets the alarm system. The direction indicators will flash once and the red security system warning light starts to flash. Pressing the lock button twice within 3 seconds deadlocks the vehicle in addition to setting the alarm system. When the vehicle is deadlocked, the doors cannot be opened either from outside or inside. Pressing the unlock button once unlocks the driver's door and boot and disarms the system. The direction indicators flash twice and the interior lights come on as a personal security measure. Pressing the headlamp button switches on the headlamps for 25 seconds for personal security and convenience. Your Jaguar dealer can also program a panic alarm feature, which activates the alarm by 3 presses of the headlamp button. The 4th button releases the luggage compartment lock, allowing items to be conveniently stowed in the boot before entering the car. The transmitter will not operate when the key is in the ignition. When the batteries need replacing, there will be a noticeable decrease in the transmitter's range. Batteries will normally be renewed as part of routine servicing. If you need to replace them yourself, take care not to press the operating buttons, as this could disrupt the coding of the transmitter. The key can be used to lock the car and activate part of the security system. Turning the key towards the front of the car and releasing it locks the doors, boot and fuel filler flap and sets the alarm system. You can globally lock the car by turning and holding the key in the lock position. This closes the windows and sunroof where fitted and locks the car and sets the alarm system. In both cases, only the perimeter alarm will be set, allowing passengers to be left securely in the car when necessary without activating intrusion sensing. The car can be deadlocked by turning the key to the rear and then towards the front within 3 seconds. The key can also be used to unlock the car, but as a security measure, it will not disarm the alarm. Full details are provided in the security handbook. There is also a global unlock function, which allows you to open the windows to get fresh air into the car before entering. If you hear a warning tone when arming the vehicle, this means that the doors or boot are not properly closed, or that the key has been left in the ignition. For personal security, the new V8 XJ series has drive-away door locking, which locks the doors and boot as soon as the gear lever is moved out of park. You can override this feature by pressing the central locking switch or, if the vehicle is stationary, pulling the front door release lever. The central locking switch can also be used to close the windows and sunroof from inside the car. To protect the contents of the boot before handing over the car to a parking attendant, press the valet switch in the center console and hand over the green-headed key. This key operates only the ignition and door locks. Comfort is the hallmark of a luxury motor car, and the new V8 XJ series has several features designed to help you tailor your driving environment to your personal taste. Where electric front seats are fitted, they can be adjusted with the switches on the side of the seat cushion. For safety, the door must be open, or the key in the ignition, and the gear selector in park or neutral. Adjustments can also be made with the key out of the ignition within 30 seconds of closing the door. The seats can be moved forward and back, the cushions raised, lowered and tilted, the seat back can be reclined, and the head restraints raised or lowered. Tilt is adjusted manually. With the ignition switch in position 1 or 2, lumbar support can be increased by pressing the front of the switch or decreased by pressing the back of the switch. The steering column is adjustable for tilt and reach. Where electric adjustment is fitted, this is controlled by the four-way switch on the steering column with the key in the ignition. Adjustments can also be made when the driver's door is open or within 30 seconds of closing it. A convenient entry and exit feature moves the steering column up and away and the driver's seat back when the key is removed from the ignition switch, or when the key is in position 0 or 1 and the driver's door is open. This feature is selected by turning the switch on the steering column to the auto position. It can be overridden by turning the switch to the off position. The positions of the driver's seat and of the steering column before it tilts away are memorized, so the column and the seat will return to your preset position when the key is reinserted, or when the driver's door is closed and the key is in position 0 or 1. The door mirrors are adjusted with the switch on the driver's door. The key must be in the ignition. Adjustments can also be made when the driver's door is open or within 30 seconds of closing it. Press the selector switch towards the mirror to be adjusted. Then use the four-way switch to make your adjustments. The mirrors are automatically demisted when the rear screen heater is on. To assist maneuvering in tight spaces, the power fold-back feature, where fitted, is operated by first moving the selector switch to the neutral position and then moving the adjustment switch backward or forward and releasing it. The electric windows are controlled by 4 rocker switches on the driver's door and individual switches on each passenger door. All windows have a convenient one-touch down feature, or they can be inched up and down. An isolation button overrides the rear window controls. When the button is pressed, only the driver is able to operate the rear windows. Where the driving position memory is fitted, this stores and recalls the seat, head restraint, steering column and exterior mirror positions for up to 3 drivers. To store a driving position, the key must be in the ignition. Select your preferred driving position, press the memory button, and within 4 seconds, a position button. The memory button light will go out and a chime will confirm that the position has been stored. Repeat the process for the other 2 driving positions. Pressing the numbered button will automatically recall the programmed driving position. Each of the 2 security system transmitters has been programmed to recall the memory position when the unlock button is pressed. One transmitter is programmed for memory position 1 and the other memory position 2. For a clear view of the curb when reversing, the passenger door mirror can be dipped without erasing the memorized mirror position. With the selector switch in either the left or right position and the gear selector in reverse, Move the four-way switch rearward and release. Move the switch forward to return the mirror to its previous position. The mirror will automatically return to its memorized position when the gear selector is moved out of reverse or when the ignition is turned off. The interior rear-view mirror darkens automatically to prevent headlamp glare. It clears when light levels return to normal or when reverse gear is selected. This function may be switched off if you prefer. The roof console houses the sunroof controls, the front interior lights, and a compartment for sunglasses. Touch the rear of the switch to fully open the sunroof. It can be stopped in any position by touching any part of the switch. Press and hold the rear of the switch to open to an intermediate position, then release. The same procedures apply to closing using the front of the switch. To tilt the sunroof, press and hold the front of the switch and press the rear of the switch to close. All the interior lights fade elegantly on and off. When the doors are unlocked, the lights come on at 3/4 brightness for up to 2 minutes. As soon as a door is opened, they switch to maximum brightness. If any door is left open, the lights will stay on for 2 minutes. With the engine running, opening any door will switch on all the interior lights. They switch off as soon as the last door is closed. The 4 reading lights provided are switched on and off manually. Your Jaguar is fitted with 3-point lap and shoulder inertia reel seatbelts for all 5 occupants. Seatbelts are the most important protection against injury in all types of accidents. They should always be worn, even though your Jaguar is equipped with airbags. The front seatbelts can be adjusted for shoulder height. All the seatbelts will lock automatically with accelerated body movement or emergency braking. The driver's airbag is in the steering wheel, the front passengers behind the fascia panel. Side impact airbags are installed in the outboard front seat bolsters to ensure that they remain in the optimum position regardless of the seat adjustment. Front seatbelt pretensioners are activated by the electronic airbag control module. In a severe forward impact, the system tightens the seatbelt as the airbags deploy to position the front seat occupants as securely as possible. Children of 12 years and under can be killed or seriously injured by an airbag. The rear seat is the safest place for children. Never fit a rearward-facing child seat in the front passenger seat. If, in an emergency, you have to sit a child in the front passenger seat, use only a forward-facing child seat and position the front seat fully back. In the event of a severe impact, a fuel cut-off switch in the front passenger footwell will cut power to the ignition and electric fuel pump. Simultaneously, the doors will unlock. For more information and resetting instructions, please refer to the driver's handbook. Important controls are conveniently at hand and instruments are clear and straightforward. Mounted on the steering wheel are the sound system and optional telephone controls, the horn, and the cruise control switches where fitted. The left column stalk controls the direction indicators, message center, and trip computer readouts, the side lights, and headlamps. Headlamp main beam is switched on by pushing the column switch away from the steering wheel. To flash the main beam, pull the column stalk towards the steering wheel. Main beam will stay on for as long as the switch is held. When the column switch is in the auto position, a sensor mounted on the back of the rear view mirror monitors exterior light levels and switches the side lights and dipped headlamps on and off automatically. The light sensitivity level can be adjusted by turning the sensor control knob, left to decrease, right to increase. The front fog lamps only work when the side lights or headlamps are on. The rear fog lamps only work when the headlamps or front fog lamps are on. The right-hand column store controls windscreen wash wipe, intermittent wipe, flick wipe, and the two-speed wiper system. The first position is for intermittent wipe, which can be adjusted to vary the delay time from 2 to 20 seconds. The second position is for normal wiper operation. The third for high-speed wiper operation. Flick wipe is operated by moving the stalk towards you and will continue until the stalk is released. To use the programmed wash wipe, push the button on the end of the column stalk. A short press will operate the washers briefly and give 3 wipes. If the button is held, the system will operate continuously for up to 20 seconds. When released, the wiper will continue for 3 cycles after the washers have stopped to clear residual water. An automatic drip wipe function performs a single wipe 4 seconds after the wash wipe sequence is completed. The headlamp power wash system, where fitted, operates when the headlamps are on and the windscreen wash wipe button is pressed. It directs 2 short bursts 3 seconds apart, the first to loosen debris, the second to remove it. If the wash wipe button is held, the cycle continues for up to 20 seconds. To conserve fluid, the power wash operates the first time the button is pressed and then every 6th wash wipe. The system will not operate if the washer fluid level is low. A comprehensive and logical array of gauges and warning lights keeps you informed and in control. The speedometer is flanked by the tachometer and a combined fuel level and engine coolant temperature gauge. 14 warning lights are arranged within the instrument dials, red for primary urgent warnings, amber for secondary warnings. All illuminate as a bulb check when the ignition is switched on. If all systems are functioning normally, the lights will go off within a few seconds. Some warning lights have related information displayed in the message center. Full details are provided in the driver's handbook. When the ignition is switched on, the message center displays the odometer reading. The instruments, switches and climate control unit are illuminated whenever the ignition is in position 2. The light level can be adjusted with the control on the steering column. The trip computer memory provides useful travel information for a single journey or a series of journeys. 2 memories are available, allowing 2 separate journeys to be recorded independently. At the start of a journey, press the end of the left-hand stalk control. Trip memory A or B will be displayed in the message center. To reset, select A or B, press the 000 button and hold for 3 seconds. Data can be displayed in metric or imperial figures. Trip range, fuel used, average fuel consumption, average speed, and instantaneous fuel consumption for each trip are displayed by pressing the end of the stalk control. Warning information has priority over trip data. Warnings will be displayed when the ignition is turned on and 10 seconds after a trip computer display if the fault condition still exists. Pressing the clear button will eliminate warning messages, 1 press for each message, until the odometer reading or trip data are displayed. Pressing clear again will display the warning information. Messages can be displayed in 11 languages. To select a language, press and hold the miles/kilometer switch whilst turning the ignition key to position 2. The first language displayed is the one currently selected. Continue pressing until the desired language is displayed. Then press the AB button. The new language will be displayed after 2 seconds. The Jaguar electronic climate control system is designed for your complete comfort in all weather conditions. There are 4 ways to turn the system on, with the AC button, the fan speed control, the defrost button, and the auto button. For optimum efficiency and to reduce window misting, year-round use of the automatic mode is recommended. Pressing the auto button switches the system on in fully automatic mode. with temperature, fan speed and air distribution throughout the cabin controlled by the system. The Auto mode operates between 17 and 31 degrees centigrade or 61 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. You can set your own preferred interior temperature by pressing the red arrow to increase, the blue arrow to decrease. The volume of air delivered by the fan to the interior can be controlled with the on-off knob. For your comfort, the fans will not operate in auto until the engine is warm. Airflow can be manually adjusted to direct air to the face and feet, just the feet, or to the windscreen and feet. Pressing the defrost button directs air at maximum volume to the windscreen and side windows for rapid demisting. It also switches on the heated front screen where fitted. Press defrost to return to your previous settings or auto to return to automatic control. The rear window and side mirror heaters can be switched on or off at any time. They switch off automatically after 20 minutes. The recirculation control closes the outside air intakes to prevent unpleasant odors from being drawn into the cabin. A quick press of the button recirculates air for about 5 minutes. For continuous recirculation, press and hold the button until 2 beeps are heard. Press the button again to return to outside air intake. Jaguar recommends that you do not use this function for prolonged periods. It must be noted that recirculation will activate automatically when your desired temperature is considerably lower than the in-car temperature. Foot-level ducts and an adjustable vent help improve rear passenger comfort. Press EXT to display the outside air temperature. The previous display will reappear after 4 seconds. To display the outside air temperature continuously, press the button until you hear 2 beeps. Press again to return to the previous display. The system can also be turned on by pressing the AC button. This turns the system on at its previously used settings and with the air conditioning on. Pressing the fan speed control starts the system in the last settings used. The new V8 XJ series features a custom-designed sound system of exceptional quality. Press the on-off knob to switch on the radio cassette. Volume is controlled by turning the knob clockwise to increase, anti-clockwise to decrease. The automatic volume control, or AVC feature, raises the volume of the radio to overcome road noise as speed increases. Pressing the volume knob for more than 2 seconds accesses the AVC feature. Turning the knob adjusts the AVC volume level. AVC can be cancelled simply by pressing the on and off button down whilst the feature is displayed. Volume can also be adjusted with the convenient buttons on the steering wheel. The mode button controls bass, treble, left to right balance and front to rear fade. Press the mode button until the mode to be adjusted appears in the display. Turn the volume control to adjust the sound quality. Individual bass and treble settings for the radio, cassette and CD player are automatically memorized by the system. Radio waveband selection is made by pressing the AM/FM button. The tuning buttons control seek and manual tuning. Pressing either button briefly activates the seek mode. The tuner will search up and down the frequency range for the next available station. Push and hold either button to tune manually. The frequencies are shown on the display. Briefly pressing the buttons in this mode allows you to fine-tune to your desired frequency. Presets for 9 AM and 9 FM stations can be memorized by the system. Tune to a station and hold a preset button for at least 2 seconds. You will hear a beep confirming that the station has been stored. Continue until all presets are programmed. Stations can be recalled by pressing the selected button for less than 2 seconds. The automatic memory function programs the 9 strongest stations on a selected waveband. Hold the AMEM button for at least 2 seconds. There will be a brief silence while the radio searches the waveband. then a beep to confirm that programming is complete. The system will then select preset 1 and turn the sound back on. If no station is found, the unit will show this on the display. To switch between the AMEM preset stations and your own presets, press the AMEM button for less than 2 seconds. To assist finding and staying tuned to your chosen FM radio station, the Jaguar radio is equipped with an advanced radio data system, or RDS decoder. The radio picks up silent signals transmitted on the FM waveband, which permit a number of useful features. For example, automatic program tuning searches out the strongest signal available for a given station and automatically switches frequency to optimize reception. RDS station name display gives the station's identity as well as the frequency. It also identifies network splits, where different programs are being broadcast on different wavebands. To help the driver avoid queues, RDS has a traffic announcement facility, which automatically provides local traffic information. When the TA function is selected, radio, cassette or CD play are interrupted for the duration of the announcement. If the volume control is set at minimum, it will automatically increase to an audible level. When the traffic flash is over, normal play and volume settings resume. To activate RDS, select the FM waveband, press the TA button and hold for at least 2 seconds. The display will confirm that RDS is on. Not all radio stations have RDS transmitters. However, with RDS selected, you can use the AMEM button to search for and program the 9 strongest RDS stations. If AMEM is used with traffic announcement activated, the radio will program the 9 strongest RDS stations broadcasting traffic information. To select this feature, press the TA button briefly. RDS can also seek for and display different types of material being broadcast. Press the PTY button briefly to display the current station program type. Use the tuning buttons to cycle through the available program types and tune to the one of your choice. You can use the Priority Program Type button to automatically tune to your preferred programs. Press and hold the PTY button to display the current program type. Press and hold again to activate the priority function. PTY will be shown in the display. The radio will now wait for RDS information to indicate that a station has changed its program type and automatically retune. If the station is lost, the radio will attempt to find another with your selected program type. The cassette player is activated as soon as a tape is inserted. The auto-reverse facility gives continuous play. Equalization for metal, chrome or ferric tape is automatically adjusted. The display indicates all tape functions and also warns when a tape needs cleaning. Press the Dolby button to select the noise reduction system. Pressing and holding the arrowed buttons controls tape fast forward and rewind. Momentarily pressing the right button will advance the tape to the beginning of the next track. The first press of the left button will move the tape back to the beginning of the current track. Pressing the Program Change button will play the other side of the tape. In addition to controlling volume, the steering wheel mounted switches also control other sound system functions. The third switch, when pressed and released, cycles through radio FM and AM, cassette and CD player where fitted. The fourth switch, pressed and released, seeks the next preset radio station or the next track on the cassette or CD. Press and hold to cycle to the next radio station, the next CD, or to change to the other side of the tape. For information on the CD player and premium sound system, please refer to the Sound System Handbook. If you've taken the optional Jaguar in-car telephone system, please refer to the section that follows on at the end of this video. The V8 XJ series is fitted with 5-speed electronic automatic transmissions, which give extremely smooth shift quality. The J-gate selector offers a choice of automatic shifting on the right or manual control of second, third, fourth and drive gears on the left. In the normal mode, gear changes are timed for relaxed cruising. In the sport mode, selected by pressing the button on the console, the transmission changes down sooner and changes up later for more powerful acceleration. As a safety measure, the gear selector cannot be moved out of park until the ignition switch is in position 2 or the engine started and the brake pedal applied. The key cannot be removed from the ignition unless the gear selector is in park. The cruise control system, where fitted, can be used to maintain a constant set speed for motorway driving. Press the switch on the console to turn the system on. Once your desired cruising speed is reached, press the Set Plus button on the steering wheel. The speed will be memorized and maintained, allowing you to drive without using the accelerator pedal. Using the brakes cancels the cruise control function and restores pedal control. You can increase or decrease the set speed gradually by pressing and holding the Set Plus or Minus buttons, or in steps of 1 mile per hour by briefly pressing the buttons. Braking will cancel cruise control. Pressing the Resume button will gradually increase speed to the preset level. If you accelerate beyond the preset speed, the system will gradually return to the preset speed when the accelerator is released. Pressing the Cancel button turns the system off, but the preset speed will be held in memory. Pressing the On-Off button will turn the system off and erase the set speed from memory. For enhanced steering and braking control, the V8 XJ series has an advanced anti-lock brake system. The system senses when a wheel is about to lock under hard braking on a slippery surface and applies brake pressure in a rapid on-off cycle. A slight pulsing through the brake pedal indicates that ABS is operational. The driver should continue to apply steady braking pressure until the maneuver is completed. All new V8 XJ series models have automatic stability control. This system uses the wheel speed sensing of the ABS system to detect if a wheel is about to spin. It then intervenes by reducing engine torque until grip is regained. Traction control, where fitted, further helps to improve traction by braking a spinning wheel. It's particularly useful in improving traction when one side of the car is on a slippery surface and the other on a normal surface. Stability control and traction control are switched on at engine startup and can be turned off with the switch on the fascia. Cruise control is automatically disengaged if traction control is activated. To maximize luggage space, a space-saver spare wheel is provided stowed with the jack and toolkit. To be fully prepared for the inconvenience of a puncture, we advise you to read the driver's handbook for information on jacking points and the use of wheel chocks. When refueling your Jaguar, please remember that only unleaded fuel must be used. The bonnet release is located in the driver's side footwell. Items requiring regular checks are clearly identified. The aim of Jaguar cars and its dealers is to ensure that your ownership experience gives you nothing but pleasure. So please allow time at the handover and read the literature pack carefully. We congratulate you on your choice of the world's finest luxury saloon and wish you many hours of enjoyable motoring. Please continue to watch this video for an explanation of the features of the optional Jaguar in-car telephone system. Welcome to your Jaguar in-car telephone system. Your sophisticated Jaguar mobile phone is fully integrated with the sound system to give ease of use, with the handset conveniently and securely stored in the center cubby box. The phone and the memory stored in its SIM card are accessed via the steering wheel controls and the buttons on the sound system. Call data and information is shown in the sound system display, allowing easy, hands-free operation. To make a call, press and hold the Select button until Phone appears in the display. This will be accompanied by a bar graph. This indicates the strength of signal in the area you're in. If the signal is not strong enough, the message No SVC will appear, during which time a call can neither be made or received, and you should wait until you're in an area of stronger signal strength. To continue making your call, press and release the button on the side to scroll through the telephone numbers stored on the SIM card. Once you locate your chosen number, make the call by pressing and holding the switch. The volume control buttons adjust the speaker volume, and your voice is picked up by the microphone on the roof lining. Press and hold the switch to end the call. Calls can also be made using the sound system controls. Press the button to access the phone mode. Press the MR button to access the number stored on your SIM card and search through them using the scroll buttons. The Send End button is used to make and end a call. A stored number may also be recalled from the keypad. The radio preset buttons can be used to enter a phone number. Pressing the Clear button briefly will clear the last digit entered. Holding it in will clear all the digits. Use the Send End button to make and conclude your call. An incoming call will automatically switch the sound system into the phone mode. To answer, press either the steering wheel left-hand switch or the Send End button on the sound system. Press the Select, AM, FM, Tape or CD button to exit the phone mode once a call has been completed. Please note, if you use a PIN number, only turn on your phone once the engine is running, as the cranking action will turn off your phone and will necessitate you re-entering your PIN once the engine has started. For further details, please refer to the in-car telephone handbook.